on there of all the roughs I have for chapter 1 of my Create a Comic Fiendish. And my Patreon, if you guys don't know, is geared towards getting this comic done. It's geared towards supporting like me having some extra time to work on this comic because it's creator owned. I'm not like, doing it for a publisher or anything. I'm writing and drawing it all on my own. So yeah, that's 100% what I'm focusing on Patreon. So thanks to everybody who supports me on there. You guys are helping me, make my dream happen. So see. Oh, we have a few people in. I actually got started sooner than normal today, so I'm really glad. Usually because I have a crazy schedule and my time zone, I'm in Taiwan, so my time zone is completely flipped from the US where most of my friends and followers are. So I'll start streaming at really weird times, and that's also another difficulty with streaming for me. So I'm always like, but by the time I start streaming, everybody's gone to sleep. But we got started early to normal today, so yay! All right. So hi Rachel, hi Jeremy, Phil, hi Katie, Bon, hi Javier. Ooh, there's a lot of people here today. Cool, awesome. So yeah, I guess I should get started on work. Yay! All right, so I said on my post on Facebook before, about an hour ago, that I was probably going to be, for lack of a better term, complaining a bit about doing creator-owned work. But I don't want to complain. I don't like doing that. I want to keep everything about doing what I do and everything about getting Fiendish done and doing an original comic and original IP positive, but it's not always easy, and I really appreciate the support. A lot of people sent really supportive messages and everything when I said that I was having a little difficulty and I was kind of feeling a little, I guess, not really so much depressed as doubtful and a little anxious. And like, I've been down this road before, so I kind of know that that's to be expected, but still that doesn't really make it better. So yeah. Especially because this is I keep on redoing things. I'm at the point where I'm really frustrated that chapter 1 is taking so long to finish. I wanted to be much further along in my page count right now, but what happened was I did like 3 drafts of the script last year, and I thought I was done with it, and I thought I had a good opening chapter for the comic. But then like I had drawn like, I was 5 pages in or so, then I decided that there were some things that could be done better. I got some more critique, so I've redone like 5 pages of the 10 that I've done. I've done a ton of pencils, scrapped the pencils. For completely finished inked pages, I've redone like 3 or so. I think 3 so far, but I guess the problem is I need to, let's talk and draw. I guess part of the problem is maybe I'm being too big of a perfectionist, but it's just taking me longer than really what I expected. But I want it to be good. I want to do it the right way. I know the first chapter is so important. So, and this is my second pass at this cover, and it's kind of driving me crazy. I do think that this cover, I guess I'll zoom out again to show everybody. I don't think, did I have the full thing on screen? I think this is a much better pass than the first one. The first one just had Casimir, which is, I guess, one of my protagonists. He's pretty much the main character, but I have like 4 protagonists that are, I guess, probably have a little less screen time than Casimir over here, but I do have like sort of a multiple protagonist approach, which I kind of took from reading A Song of Ice and Fire because I really like how George R. R. Martin did that. But So on my first pass for the cover, I'm having so much trouble talking today. I only had just like, it was kind of like a character portrait, and like I knew it was static, but I couldn't think of anything better. I think this is this is a better cover for an issue 1. So every time I redo stuff, every time I like go back and polish things, there's improvement, but it's taking so long. And it's like, this is what happens when you have to do everything on your own. I'm really grateful that I have friends I can go to for feedback and who look at my work, and when I'm at a certain stage in the when I hit like milestones, I post also just like sneak peeks for people on Patreon, and I totally invite people to, you know, comment and give me critiques. I want to know what people think. And anything you see, even if it's stuff that I post outside of Patreon, like I want to know what people think because I want to make sure it's good. But being I guess a one-woman production house means everything takes forever to get done. Oh my gosh. Oh, Latasha. Oh, all right. Good night. Too bad you couldn't stay longer, but hopefully I'll catch you next time. Hi, Jeremy. You're at work? Isn't it? So many people are at work right now. That's insane. Is my computer being weird? I think my computer's being a little laggy. I apologize. Let me switch. Okay, sometimes my Photoshop does that. And I have to like switch to a different window. I should probably reinstall it real quick to see if that'll fix anything. I think I just need a better computer. I'm working on a Cintiq Companion, and I've been using this thing. This is a first gen Cintiq Companion, so I've been using this thing for about 6 years now. And oh my gosh, that's not what I want to do. So which means this thing is basically a monster, and these things are like the Nokia phones of tablet computers. Why does this keep on? No, turn around. Okay. My keyboard's also acting up. Wow, today's just not my day. Jeez. But but I have had this thing for like 6 years, and I feel like I kind of want to upgrade a bit. I think Wacom is coming out with, what is it, the new Studio Pro? Is that what it's called? I gotta check it out. But I'm considering getting that. So I gotta save up a bit for that. But yeah, it would be nice to have a little bit of an upgrade, you know. I wonder if the lag is because I'm streaming. Probably is. I'm gonna close some windows in Chrome. But oh yeah, so for people who haven't seen yet, this is the first really detailed look we have of the monster. And that's this pretty little thing is what all the characters fight at the end of chapter 1. Charming little fellow. Like the face is down here. So it's like on his chest. It has like 2 faces. I don't know. I just tried to make something as weird and gross as I possibly could. But so I think I'm pretty happy with this design, and that's the monster is revealed at the end of chapter 1. Well, what I have posted on, if you follow me on Patreon, what I have posted so far, I have like 23 pages on there. But I actually might be making chapter 1 longer, or issue 1, because I'm considering making it a double-length chapter. And the reason I'm considering that is because the way I wrote it is the way I wrote the stories, every chapter is about 45 to 50 pages long. So, and I know a standard American comic book is still like, you know, 20 to a little over 20 pages. And, you know, you kind of have to keep it that way because of price point and printing and everything. So I was thinking, since I kind of write chapters a little longer than that, and that's how I want to tell my story, I can write in a good midpoint. That's a good cutoff point in every chapter. But I think the first issue I can make it double size because it's the first issue, and it gives everybody a little extra material, And I think it's a good hook because if I cut it off at the midpoint that I wrote in, I mean, there's still a lot of suspense, but it's like in the middle of the monster fight. And I think, you know, it's a good cutoff point. It'll make people want to pick up the second, you know, continue reading and pick up the next, you know, issue. But maybe it'll be better if I carry through with the monster fight, just have the entire first issue be like all of chapter 1 instead of half of it, and have the monster fight be resolved and sort of have it end in like a new stasis, right? Because that's a complete story. You have a stasis, inciting incident, conflict, whatever, resolution, and then you have it end with a new stasis. So I'm thinking of just basically doing some more thumbnails, and which means it'll take even longer for me to get issue 1 done. But that's okay. This is fine. This is fine. Everything's fine. Hi. Hi, Brian. You're at school? You're at school? Are you just at school really late? Or are you in a weird time zone? Oh my gosh, everybody's at work, y'all. Y'all, the southernness in me is coming out. Y'all, why is everybody at work? Seriously. I mean, it should not be that late unless y'all are all in California. But even in California, isn't it like 7 now? Go home. Work is not that important. Unless you're doing comics, then you never get off work. Man. I guess I should do more monster prints. I would like to. I want to do more monster designs. I'm trying to break away from this whole thing of I think I've complained about this before, but a lot of people have me draw, you know, lack of a better term, cutesy stuff. And it's not that I don't like drawing cutesy. I like drawing cutesy stuff. Cutesy stuff is fine. It's great. Like I like drawing my, you know, cute girls and like I don't know. I enjoy that kind of stuff as well. But the thing is, I don't know. I think the problem is that's all I ever get asked to draw. It's starting to get better. Because I've voiced that I don't want to keep on being asked to only draw like sort of really simplified, you know, cartoony styles. Because I think people see that I have kind of a slightly anime style, so they think, oh, you want to draw the YA stuff or sort of the cartoony books that are kind of for teenagers, for kids. I don't. Like, I have an anime influence, but I want to draw like monsters and more mature stories. The stuff I write is that I really hate reading YA. And that's not what I write at all. I love horror. So maybe I should do more monster prints. Yeah, these monster designs have been fun. I gotta do more monster prints. I also, this will be fun. Ooh, by the way, you guys see my lights? I changed the lighting around. I moved like my banner over a little bit. So now you can see my, there's some more shadow and you can see my lights. So yay, I changed up my background. It's pretty now. Okay, so what was I saying? Yeah, so I've been thinking of doing a maquette soon because a maquette for, I guess, some people don't call it that for kind of people who aren't in like the animation and comics industry. It's basically a figurine. So like I've been thinking of getting back into sculpting because I actually really like sculpting. Fun fact, my mom was a professional sculptor. So, and it's always come really naturally to me and I really, really like doing it. I have actually just brought out all my sculpting stuff and have it set up like a little sculpting workstation over here. But I've just been trying to find the time, and a friend has challenged me to do a maquette challenge and I don't think I'll be able to get it done on time. Hi, Chris. I promise I'm gonna get that maquette done. We're gonna do monster maquettes. I think he's still doing a monster. Yeah, Chris, let me know what you decided on doing. But yeah, I'm gonna get back into doing maquettes and sculptures, and I think I'm gonna sculpt this pretty boy over here. Yeah, so I think I'll do that. I also want to do maquettes of all my my major characters, but I think doing a monster one would be a good thing to start out with. because this design is really complicated, and maybe I should just sculpt every monster in this story, except for, well, none of them are simple. Everything I design is really complicated. So, but it'll help me like with sort of picturing things while I draw it, if it's already I have a model in 3D next to me. So I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Every time I do a monster in the story, I'm going to do a sculpture of it. And I'm gonna make myself do more work for no reason at all. Great! I love this! Love this! Yes! Sculpting is meditative. It's, honestly, let me tell you. Drawing is, I don't know. Drawing, especially like line work and penciling, is not meditative. It's a lot of thinking. It's really mentally taxing. But stuff like, I guess coloring can be meditative, and sculpting is just like, to me at least, when I'm sculpting, like my brain just feels like it's just soothed, just I'm in the zone, and it's really easy. I mean, I can get in the zone when I'm drawing too, but it's really easy when I'm sculpting. You just, all right, nothing else matters. This is just, I'm just gonna make this thing, and I feel like it comes really naturally to me, and I love doing it. So I don't know. I feel like if I didn't like stories so much, I would have been a sculptor. But I like storytelling, so drawing is actually more difficult for me than sculpting. But I don't do sculpting enough. I should do it more. So maybe having all these monsters would be a good motivation to do that. And I don't know, maybe eventually I can get them casted. But I don't know. The way I'm thinking of sculpting them won't make them easy to cast. But I guess we can worry about that at a later date. You know, whatever. Maybe in like 5 years, 3D scanning technology will be super good, and I can just like 3D scan them in. I don't know. Yeah, but the way I do maquettes, it's not really easy to just. You're gonna have to like with these really complicated designs. You have to like take them apart, like take their limbs apart and like cast them separately. It's doing molding and casting it's a complicated process. You kind of have to plan for it, but you know, we'll see. We'll see. Oh, Nolan's here. Hi, Nolan! Nolan is my professor back in SCAD. I think I had a class with Nolan every single quarter, I do believe. There probably was like one quarter that I didn't have a class with him, but yeah, I have a lot to thank Nolan for. Him and his harsh words and harsh critiques. This is good. I miss harsh critique. I miss it. I have like I kind of am part of like a little messaging critiquer with some old college friends, and we post like our own personal work, and you know, if we're all developing personal projects and like original IPs, but most people have day jobs, and I have freelancing, and I constantly have commissions and other stuff to do, so it's, but still, like I can dedicate a lot more time to this than everybody else, so it basically ended up being just me hounding everybody with, you know, what's your opinion on this thing? What's your opinion on these thumbnails? And I just kind of feel embarrassed sometimes because it's only me asking for feedback. But yeah, I'm in kind of like a critique group with some old college friends. But other than that, man, it's been so hard to kind of find people to like talk to about art, but also really, I guess, co-motivate to improve after college. And I was part of a studio for a while, like while I was working in animation in Atlanta. I had my day job working animation, but then after my day job, I was part of a studio called Studio Revolver. So we rented out studio space, and like we did all our freelance work after our day jobs there, and that was nice. It was, you know, you were sitting around with a bunch of mostly animators and comic artists, and we could get each other's opinions on work, and it was a way to share some space and talk, you know, about your original projects and stuff. So that was really nice. But I don't have that in Taiwan now. Yeah, I live in Taiwan, and there's nobody here that does, like, even even anime, so like anime style comics is what's popular here. Even anime style stuff is, nobody does it professionally. It's not a profession. Like I tell people that, yeah, I do comics. They're like, what's comics? It's like manga. It's like, oh, so you draw Japanese stuff? I was like, no, it's American stuff. Oh, so you do fan art? No. It's just they're like, oh, so you have a day job? So like, are your family's rich? No, I make a living from this. I don't take any work from Taiwanese clients. Like I work for American clients because I don't know, people don't value art here. There's like no domestic industry. But yeah. So my point is IRL, in my real life, there's basically nobody I can talk to about what I do. So that's why I'm pretty much a hermit. And I just sit at home all day and do this, and I live vicariously through the internet. Yep. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Hi, Amy. Hello. Hello. Oh, Jeremy, I didn't know your dad was a sculptor. That's cool. That's cool. What type of sculpting? My mom did sort of, you know, those little, let me save. Save all the time, everybody. Save, children. My mom did, you know, those like little household decoration things. Like, for example, you go to, what's that place called in the US? Not Hobby Lobby. Just you go into a big store and it just has like knickknacks, like there's some furniture, but also some little just pretty frames and some like a doll or a sculpture you can put around your house. Somebody tell me what store I'm thinking of. But anyways, that's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. My memory is. Am I already getting old? I'm not. No, this is not real. So basically she would do those like cute little ceramic sculptures of like just cherubs and angels or like cute kids and stuff. And she was really good at it. She was actually really good. I need to find pictures. I know there are pictures around somewhere, but I don't know, like she doesn't really like value, but she did it because she's like that. It's weird. She's really good at art. Okay, this isn't saying it is. She's really good at it, but she has this kind of really Taiwanese mentality of, oh, it wasn't really anything that important. Like I wasn't paid that much for it. It's not really valuable. It's like, well, you know, it's all really subjective. If a society and a culture values art, then it's valuable. But she was good at it, and like one of my first memories was I was like 4 years old. I was watching her sculpt, and that's when I decided I wanted to be an artist. Like I remember the moment clearly. So she did like basically little household decorations and sculptures like that. Sorry, I'm looking at the chat to make sure I can see what everybody's saying. Hi, Derek. Hello. Oh, that's cool. Jeremy, I didn't know your dad did that much. Like, I didn't know your dad did sculpture stuff. Paper mache and monster stuff. Did he do it professionally, or was it more as just a really intense hobby? That's really cool though. Sculpture is a lot of fun. It also comes in kind of practical, like really it's practically useful, because sometimes stuff breaks around the house. I'm just like, let me whip out my epoxy and I'll just fix it. Or I'll just like solder something together. But that's just, I guess that's just basic crafting skills. But yep. A lot of people don't know how to do that nowadays. A lot of people. Doing this all on one layer is probably a bad idea. But yeah. Man, I was getting frustrated that I was just redoing stuff, and I'm so impatient because I want to debut this comic at New York Comic Con. I don't know if I'll have all of chapter I need to turn the pressure sensitivity on this off. There we go. I don't know if I'll have all of chapter 1 for Fiendish done by New York Comic Con, but I want to have at least like the half chapter. So at least there's 23 pages inked and covers done, some promotional material, and hopefully, I mean, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do the whole 45 pages with all the other work that I have. But right, New York Comic Con is October, and I want to do New York, and yeah, I don't want to miss out on that. But it's just, oh, it's been such a slow start, and like I'm going back and editing the writing to just be a giant perfectionist and make sure things are right, and it's taking me forever. My God. But on the plus side, I've been going back to read. Oh, I don't have the books with me. I said I was going to talk about my storytelling books that I have, so I guess I'll bring them on my next live stream. But I've been going over all the books on screenwriting and storytelling that I read in college, and it's been really cool. It's been really helpful. I've been going over this book. It's just called Story, like just Story is the title. It's by Robert McKee, and I remember we read that class in I forgot. No, we read that book. Read that class. We read that book in I don't know if it was writing class or it was just like senior project or something, or maybe it was visual storytelling class. I don't remember. It was a long time ago. I feel old. But yeah, I've been going over that, and that was a really good book. Really flowery language. I forgot how overtly verbose this book was, but it was a really good book. And but the thing is, I just realized there are virtually no books out there for writing comics. I suppose you have like the books by Scott McCloud, you know, Understanding Comics, and the other books that came after that are really, really good for teaching visual storytelling. But I don't know of any books that are just about writing comics. Because it is a different skill, and I guess the only way you can really learn it is you can really get good at writing comics is screenwriting books, which is what I have. That was what I was taught to read, and that's what I have found was helpful. But also just reading a lot of comics, because comics are, you like, if you're going to do a graphic novel, then yeah, a screenwriting book is adequate because it's relatively short form. It basically will break down like a movie. But if you want to do a long form comic, I guess you can kind of view it as you're writing a TV show. But are there any guides out there for writing TV shows? It's long form storytelling, and there are not a lot of resources and books for long form storytelling as far as I know. If anybody knows of any, please let me know, because I would like to read it, and I'd also like to talk about it, because I want to do a book. No, not a book. I want to do a video talking about just storytelling and writing and like some resources for that. So yeah, I can't think of any, and I was trying to just figure out some tips on writing, and like figure out, because I have this enormous super long story, and I just after I worked on it for like a year, and after a while I just realized there are no resources out there to help me. Nothing can help me. I just have to revise and revise and revise, and just hope for the best. And just, you know, be your own harshest critic. That's the only way. And also just, you know, kind of reference successful long form comics that I like. And I suppose that's always a good way to approach it. These freaking tentacles. So it's, I was telling a friend that I think I'm gonna put tentacles on all my monsters. Can you tell I come from manga? Yes, my monsters will all have tentacles. Won't be anything weird. It's just, I want them to see my whole concept with these, they're demons. It's technically kind of a spoiler, but not really, because I haven't spoiled where the demons come from. That's a big reveal at the end of the first arc, so not spoiling that yet. Maybe I have in a past video, but don't go back and look. They're basically demons, but they're from a completely, they're not from, like, I guess Earth, you know, mystery, where are they from? But they're not just from, you know, our same material, earthly realm. So I wanted them to look, how do you say, just I wanted to do something a little different, like not just, oh, like a kind of deformed human, because that doesn't make sense. They didn't evolve next to humans. And I guess their faces are a little humanoid, but also not. Like, look at these weird faces. But they also have like faces in really weird areas. So I think the one thing I gotta work on, I need to make the faces more weirder. I need to add like more eyes and stuff. But yeah, the entire structure, I eventually, after doing like a lot of passes on them, at first, my first drafts of the demons were, they're just like these dark creatures with wrinkles and like, I don't know, just like, my concept was always they had multiple faces. But then I was like, I need to add more detail. I need to make them distinctive. I need to do something where if someone will look at like any of these designs, I want it so because there's going to be a wide variety of designs, so the characters are just constantly encountering different kinds of demons. So one, they have to have a unified sort of aesthetic, but also it has to be a flexible enough sort of set of constraints that I can design like 50 different types of them. So they have a certain types of constraints that there's like a set of rules, but I can like expand on that. So I decided that I would make them basically kind of an amphibian-like. So they wouldn't have like fins or anything. They wouldn't actually look like they were water creatures, but like their scales, and that's where the tentacles come from. And they also kind of ooze like goo that effectively works like acid. So they're constantly a little slimy, and I think that's properly freaky, you know, for the effect that I want. So that's sort of where, going back to explaining weird tentacles, that's where all that came from. Hopefully that works. I'm pretty happy with how the demons are coming so far. See how I feel after I've had to design 50 or 60 of them. See if I can actually like make them all unique and different. Man, by the end of this first arc, I'm just gonna be like ramming my head against the wall. Why did I design these things? They're so detailed. So much detail. You think drawing detail and like detailed environments and stuff and really detailed clothes and, you know, all kinds of little armor and plates and stuff on your monsters is fun until you have to draw it every single page. Jeez. Save. All right. I also chugged a lot of coffee before the stream. This is my milk tea. It's really good milk tea. It's from the breakfast shop across the street. Awesome milk tea. Taiwan has the best milk tea. You guys should come to Taiwan and try the bubble tea and milk tea. Did you know bubble tea was from Taiwan? It's a Taiwanese invention. You know you want to come to Taiwan, right? It's awesome. You should come here. We have great weather. Unless it's the middle of the summer. Oh, Phil says, oh, you had a hard time convincing your parents to let you study art. Yeah. You say your dad wanted to become an artist, but he grew up in China and could not afford to take art lessons. My mom had a similar story. It's freakishly similar. So my mom was like always good at art, just always. Like natural artist and everything. But I mean, she grew up in like, you know, 60s and 70s Taiwan, and back then Taiwan was like it was like industrializing. Like when she was born, Taiwan was an agricultural like island, like middle of nowhere. So it's amazing how quickly Taiwan modernized, but back then it was quickly just industrializing. So the culture had to play catch up. Taiwan has a really weird history with it. And actually, a lot of places in East Asia kind of have this symptom where there's a huge gap in generations, just because, I talk to my grandma a lot, and she grew up when it was just, you know, everything around us was nothing but just rice fields. all nature, no industrialization, backwater island, just a colony. And she remembers when Taiwan was a Japanese colony in World War II, and there was just nothing. Everybody was poor. Nobody knew where their next meal was going to come from. And then now, where, you know, there's tons of, I live right next to a science park, and there's like 6 universities in the city that I live in. It's highly industrialized, super modern. It's the change has been so fast. But back to my point, to not get sidetracked, when my mom was growing up, she her dad wouldn't let her go to art school either. He was like, oh, this is useless, and you know, just, I don't know, get a normal job, get married, and all that stuff. So, and I don't think she really fought it. I know my grandma fought with my grandpa over it, but it's like they just didn't have the money, and oh no, my aunt had really good test scores, so she went to college for like biology. But my mom, she only wanted, she didn't like, and I guess my grandpa didn't like, her test scores weren't good enough, and he didn't want to pay for her to go to college. Also, is probably because she was a girl, because my grandpa was kind of sexist. And he was like, oh, you don't need to go to college. So he didn't want to pay for it. Well, what is my Photoshop doing? It's lagging a little bit. Jeez, it must be the streaming. It's usually not this weird. It's a bit of lag. I'm gonna wait for that. But yeah, it was really unfortunate. But she still managed to get a job doing sculpture for a little while. And that lasted. So when I was, you know, like I said, when I was young, she was still doing sculpture. She did it until I was like, I don't know, in kindergarten. I have a pretty good memory of it. She had a studio in the top floor of my grandparents' house. But then the factory moved to mainland China because it was cheaper. Story of every factory that, you know, all the factory. It happened to a lot of places. It's the tech sector was growing in Taiwan, and all the industrial stuff, the factories moved to mainland China. So that was what was happening all throughout the 90s. So that happened with her company, and after that happened, she lost her job because the company moved, and she just never, I guess she never really, she couldn't find another sculpting job immediately. And I mean, my dad was making pretty good money, so she just never got back into sculpting. And she still does art stuff here and there. And the thing is, she's like, don't tell her I complimented her. But she's really good. And she's impressively tech savvy for, like, you know, an oldie. It's true though. Like she's learning like film editing software. She's like 60 something. And like she wants me to teach her Flash and stuff. I'm just like, you don't even know English. She doesn't speak English. But she downloads like Chinese, you know, Chinese language film editing software, and she can do like film editing, and I don't know if she knows Photoshop yet. She uses like Photo Impact, but she can do digital art. She's pretty tech savvy. She does stuff for like she's active in a Buddhist temple, in like a Buddhist organization and stuff. So she kind of does like, you know, event posters and small films for them, and like she's learning to do this stuff as like an old fogey. And I'm like, you could have had a really good career if only the culture wasn't so, I guess, didn't devalue this so much. And also if she had sort of fought for it a little more. But you know, it's not really your fault if you grow up in the culture. You just kind of accept it. So I just feel like it's kind of a waste. But yeah. Yeah, Phil, I know what you mean. It's unfortunate. Yeah, my mom didn't want me to study art either. But, well, you know, I mean, I don't have too much to complain about because I think I'm pretty lucky. Like, my dad's American, and so he's like, well, she's good at it, and, like, there are art schools, and, like, they're actually, obviously, you know, by the time I was going to college, like, we convinced my mom that, yeah, they're in America, definitely there aren't as many career opportunities for artists here in Taiwan, but you know, I'm also American, so if I went to America, I could like find a career over there. So I do think that when I went to art school, I also told them if I'm not going to art school, I'm not going to college. Like, I only want to do art. So it's probably, I mean, I was probably a stubborn little brat, but I mean, you could say that, oh, I was like determined, but really, now that I look back, I think I was just a stubborn little brat, because, you know, honestly, there's something to say about people who decide to go to college for, I guess, a subject that is more of a fallback and that can sort of guarantee your income a little more. And they're like, oh, I'll just train to do art on the side, because it's really not that necessary to go to college for art. Even though I had a really good experience, I loved my whole time at SCAD. There are some classes that were a complete waste of time, don't get me wrong. And I didn't feel like by the time I was a senior, I didn't feel like I needed that diploma. Like, I was getting work, but I got it anyways because my mom wanted me to have a college degree. So getting a college degree is not essential in this field. And the smart people, which is not me, the smart people will go get a degree in business or something and then just, you know, teach themselves Photoshop with YouTube in the evenings. But I didn't do that. But luckily I'm not in debt. I'm one of the lucky few, you know. But yeah, it was, that took some convincing in my family as well. But I was lucky. My mom let me do it in the end, even reluctantly. I think she thought I was gonna give up. I really do think so. I think she thought I was going to like decide to do something else halfway through college, but nope. It's never gonna happen. Never was gonna give this up. Oh, you went to SCAD? Yeah, everybody went to SCAD. There's a lot of SCAD kids out there. Phil, when did you go to SCAD? I don't want to give away the year I graduated, because then I'll give away that I'm an old fart. I'm not an old fart, I know, but I'm starting to suddenly feel like it was a long time ago. It's been so long. It's been so long. Oh, Jeremy, yeah. Thanks for joining. I'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in. Good luck with work, because apparently everybody is at work tonight. Everybody is working late. Isn't it? It's literally, is it almost 8? No, it should be like 7:40 over in the US, right? You guys, work is not that important. Just go home. Sorry if I'm sniffling a little bit. It's springtime, so which means the weather is wildly fluctuating and everything. Well, I'm not really allergic to pollen, but there definitely is. I mean, maybe I am. I've been a little sniffly. It's probably just like the changes in temperature makes everybody sick. I went outside yesterday and there are like these weird red bugs over, like, I've never seen them before. They look like stink bugs, but smaller, and they're bright red, and they like clump together. I don't know what they're called. They look gross. But they were everywhere. All the bugs are out. The weather's getting warmer. It rained for like a week straight. 2 weeks ago. It was just a week straight of rain. And I wanted to just like, I don't know, burn the house down or something. My gosh. Oh, Phil, you graduated in 2013. Oh, that's a little after me. Cool. Yeah, I was at SCAD for all 4 years of college, but I did transfer from Savannah to Atlanta. I was in Savannah for freshman year. And the thing was, I started out as an animation major and sequential art minor, but then I switched my major and minor because I decided that I really wanted to do sequential art more. So yeah, sequential art became my major. But when I was in Savannah, I guess, how do I put it? I guess it was just, the campus was too big. I felt like there were too many students and I wasn't able to learn anything. Because even though I was a freshman, I was trying really hard to, I guess, you know, talk to professors. Like, I was just staying in the computer lab, just working on my portfolio all the time, talking to like juniors and seniors and looking at how they were doing concept art and doing their portfolio work and trying to first of all, I come from a place where you don't go to college to party. That's not what Taiwanese kids do. And also, I was enthusiastic. I wanted to learn, but I felt like I wasn't learning, and there were just a lot of students and professors didn't really have time to help anybody out. So I decided I would try out Atlanta for a little bit, because I also heard that, I don't know, wow, this line weight is a complete mess. And my computer's lagging again. Oh Lord, help me. But I also heard that sort of Savannah was a little more, I guess, indie, and Atlanta, the sequential art department, I'm talking about the sequential art department, where the Atlanta department was probably a little more mainstream comics. And I guess by that they mean, you know, it wasn't, it was a style. Like your stereotypical, you know, like mainstream comic style was more what they taught in Atlanta. Even though I wanted to do sort of independent comics, and I've always been more of a fan of Image. Not so much like small press, but like I'm a fan of Image comics mostly, and sort of create our own series coming out of Image and that kind of stuff. So I want to try it out. I thought I was only going to just try taking classes in Atlanta for a couple semesters, and I ended up just absolutely loving it, and I stayed there. So that's what happened. But I did both Atlanta and Savannah. Oh, I see. Yeah, you got a BA in games and went back for MA, and yeah, you dropped out when you got a job. That's smart. I should have done the same thing. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's nice to have a diploma. But I had a job before I graduated too. Yeah, in art usually if you already have work, I don't know, nobody looks at whether or not you have a diploma. Nobody cares. It's your portfolio that matters. Oh, hi Joey, you made it! You made it. I thought you were gonna still be at work. Well, I did tell you I was gonna be late, and I was very late, so because what is time? No, I was late because A, I was looking at the time, and B, I went to get breakfast. Because I thought I was just gonna drink some coffee, and that was gonna be my breakfast. But then I realized I was really, really hungry, and that I was gonna start going crazy in the middle of streaming if I didn't get breakfast. So I didn't want to get breakfast, and the breakfast shop is just packed full of people. Cause I live really close to university, so I forgot around the time that I went to the breakfast shop, it was like late breakfast, so everybody was swarming in the breakfast shop and coming to eat and everything. So it was just a really long line, so it took me forever. But I made it, and now we're here. Yay! We made it. Hi, Maggie! Hello. Welcome. Oh my gosh. Let me check the chat again. Let me check. Oh, Eugene, hello! Eugene, you're in California, right? What's up? So I am just noodling on some tentacles and dealing with mild lag from my computer. So don't mind me. Really, maybe I should turn down the frame rate, oh no. What I did was I turned down my frame rate for this stream because I didn't want to. I thought that would help sort of balance out like the streaming quality, because I wanted to turn the resolution up. So I don't think I'm at full resolution, but I think I was like at 1530 or something. So like full resolution is like 1900 something on my computer. But I want to turn the resolution up, so I turned the frame rate way down, but it's still lagging. So yeah, time for a new computer, Irene. If anybody has used that new Wacom Studio thingamajig, let me know how it is, because I'm considering getting it. There's actually like a Wacom shop right down the street from me, because, you know, tech stuff everywhere here. So I think I'm gonna go pick that up next time I get paid. Hi, Chris! Hey, Chris! Yeah, about that Maquette. Hey, I'm drawing the monster that I'm gonna make a maquette of. Check it out. Check it out. This is a beautiful baby, and I'm gonna make a maquette of. Yay! I haven't started yet. I have my maquette materials out right next to me. I just haven't started yet because I haven't had time. Because I have to make money, and I have commissions to do. You know, unimportant stuff like making money. Yeah, food is important. I forget that sometimes, but food is good. I'm so proud of myself. I've been properly cooking. I've been learning to cook. I've been learning to cook recently, and I am so proud of myself. And I have not been failing at it. Actually, I mean, cooking is not that hard. It's not like I was, you know, completely inept at it, but I've been trying to just save money and actually get groceries, and like I've been cooking pasta or just, you know, rice with fish and some veggies on the side. But I'm like, okay, I'll actually go get like fish and veggies and, you know, get noodles that aren't instant noodles, like real healthy noodles and stuff, and I'll actually make like proper meals. And I've been not failing, so I'm so proud of myself. Oh my god, I'm not living off of 7-Eleven all the time anymore. Even though I still go to my breakfast shop, I buy their food all the time. But they're good. They're good. By the way, Taiwanese breakfast shops are really, really good. If you guys ever come to Taiwan, I'll show you. I'll show you around. The food here is the best. Best food ever. So I miss the States a lot, but every time I'm in the States, I also miss Taiwan because that's just how things go. But like the main thing I miss is always like Taiwanese breakfast food and like good bubble tea, because all the bubble tea shops in the States are not good bubble tea. It's like even the ones that are pretty authentic and are opened by Taiwanese Americans, it's like it's not right because the materials are right. The tapioca is always like kind of way too chewy or too mushy. It's just always off. It's off. It's not authentic. Ah! Drives me crazy. Drives me crazy. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, good. I'm glad that, Chris, you haven't started on your maquette either. I think we should, like, just scrap the original deadline. This isn't going to happen by the end of March. I mean, I can get one done pretty quickly if I have nothing else to do, but I have a lot of else to do. So, I do have my maquette sculpture material all dug out. So that's good. And I'm really glad that we're doing this challenge because I needed a reason to get back into sculpting. That was the wrong brush. Irene, what are you doing? And it's gonna be good. I was just talking about earlier in the show, I know you were here, that it would be cool to have sort of a model for all the monsters that I draw in this comic, because this comic is very monster heavy, especially the first arc. So maybe I'll just do a maquette for every single one of these demons that show up. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. But yeah, I will proceed with this maquette as soon as I get like the commissions I have out of the way. Let me see. I have one cover commission. I have that one is due pretty soon because this first one was Kickstarter, and then I have another commission that I actually owe somebody that is a little overdue, and I want to get it done like probably also by the end of the month. So I'll be busy with those, and but I can, like, for my own comic pages, I can put that off a little bit. I want to get this cover done, but I can sort of push back the pages for Fiendish a little bit and work on the maquette. So, but yeah, but it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. You've been working 60-hour work weeks? Really good. Can't talk today. Oh, jeez. That's terrible. Yeah, I love having maquettes for reference. I still have my old college maquettes around. The ones that I did back in SCAD. I think since SCAD, the only ones I've done are, I did a couple for commissions. So, oh, here, I have this right here. I don't know if it'll show up on camera, It probably won't. But I don't have the original for this anymore. But it's like a little demon face, demon plaque. I mean, it's really simple. But I made it so it could be casted. That's why it's so simple. Let me see. Ooh, let me show you guys something that I did back in college. Look at this one. Look at this baby. Pretty proud of this. Look at this. Da-na-na-na-na. I still have it. I'm shocked they survived the move to Taiwan. I just like wrapped them in like 10 inches of bubble wrap and just packed them in like a plastic box. I was like, I pray this doesn't break. They were completely fine. I think some of their joints are starting, I need to reinforce them a bit. I also have a big Monster Rider one in my room, but I'm not gonna go over and take it out. But yeah, this one, I'm pretty proud of it. I wrote a story for it. I don't think it's ever gonna materialize. It's like some alien planet thing and they're going on a quest to recover a weapon. I don't know, I forgot. But I'm reusing this design for this device. It's actually gonna be part of FIENDISH. So, yeah. A little something blast from the past. Yeah. Somehow all of those survived the long, arduous journey to this faraway island. I can't wait to get back into doing maquettes. I did another monster one that was, what's the name of that monster from Beowulf? Grendel? I did a Grendel one. I think, did I give it to somebody? Did I sell it? I forgot. I think I gave it to somebody. I gave it to a friend. It was really cool. It was like this monstrous humanoid with flayed skin, and I did it for, it was like a 24-hour art challenge, and it was like a competition. So that was a lot of fun. I don't have that one anymore. I miss sculpting so much. It's so much fun. One problem though is Taiwanese houses don't come with ovens. Apparently like serious baking stuff is a very Western thing. It's really funny once you start noticing these things. So houses here don't have ovens. If you want an oven for bread, you get like a toaster. You can buy like little baby toasters. But let me tell you what my family does to heat bread. So this is Taiwan. Every household has a rice cooker, right? So this is what my grandmother does to heat bread. She has toast. She eats toast a lot. But she puts the toast in the rice cooker, and she uses the rice cooker to toast the toast. Of course, it's not like crisp, but you know, if you take the lid off a little bit, the steam doesn't accumulate, so it's still heated. So, yeah, I didn't know that you could. I mean, it makes complete sense. People here do everything with rice cookers. They can just like perform magic. They can probably cook like a 10-course fancy, I don't know, cruise meal with a rice cooker. It's amazing, but they don't have big ovens, and I've been trying to shop for a big oven forever and I can't. I think I'm just gonna have to buy a blowtorch and bake my maquette with a blowtorch at this point, because I can't find a big oven. I don't know what I'm gonna do. We'll figure this out. We'll figure this out. My gosh. Hi, C. Oh, there's so many people. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Yay. I was afraid I mean, well, everybody said they were at work, so I was like, oh, nobody's gonna be on, but whatever, I'm gonna stream anyways because I've got the streaming itch. And I really wanted to talk about, I don't know, I wanted to talk about my frustrations with redoing everything and getting, I don't know, just like creator-owned stuff done, and my frustrations at my inadequacy over being quick at producing things. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I'm so glad I could come online and talk to you guys about this though. It's been very cathartic. I'm so glad. I'm so touched. Hi Michael! Long time no talk. Oh, all right. See ya, Phil. Thanks for joining. Hope to catch you next time. So I still want to like try to do, I said I would try to do streams every week, and I should. I feel like I should stick to probably doing Facebook or YouTube. Because I've got too many platforms. I was doing Twitch and Facebook, but I don't know. I mean, Twitch has been nice, but I also have just some like old art tutorial videos up on my YouTube channel, so I feel like I should stick to just Facebook and YouTube. I want to do more YouTube videos as well, but I just don't have time to do anything that's edited. So I gotta figure this out, and I don't know, kind of be a little more serious about it. Because a lot of people were asking me, where are you streaming? I was just like, wherever, I don't know, I feel like on the day. It's completely unprofessional. Completely unprofessional. Shameful, absolutely shameful. You see how I like go over lines so much? I need to stop doing that. That's bad. That's bad. I'm also doing that though because a little more than usual because my computer is being a little weird. Like, you're not supposed to chicken scratch like that. You're supposed to just do one smooth line. I don't know, I'm not happy with like my line effects today, but my computer's being a little laggy. And it just like feels a little off, you know? What a pain. Oh, by the way, you guys see this? Like, my pen, my Cintiq pen has been like falling apart, so I just nailed a metal ring around it. I'm creative. At least my little button here hasn't been falling off like a lot of people. This thing is 6 years old. 6 years old. It like, I got a nib here, like it got stuck and almost wouldn't come out the other day, but like I ripped it out with like pliers. But yeah, I'm surprised this hasn't fallen off yet. I swear to God, Wacom makes their things to survive nuclear blasts. And I am so grateful because these things are expensive. But still, this computer's getting old and I would like to probably try out something newer. All I have right now, literally, I don't have like a desktop setup. I have my Companion and I have a Surface Pro 4. That's kind of like my backup computer, even though I don't really use it as a backup because it's just so, I don't know, it's small and it's like Photoshop shows up really weird on it. Everything's really, really tiny and I can't like, so Manga Studio shows up pretty well on like my Surface Pro 4, but Photoshop, the display, it's like because it's really, the screen is really high resolution and I don't know, I mean, maybe I should just, can I just adjust the resolution for only one program? But anyways, Photoshop is just, the icons are so small, it's completely unusable. So like, if I have to use it, I'll just use, I don't know, Manga Studio. But yeah, basically I just have my Surface as a backup screen, or I just have like my reference on it over here while I work on my Cintiq. But yeah, I need like a better setup and probably an actual desktop computer. Whenever that's gonna happen, I need to make it happen. Guess I'll just continue drawing the tentacles. What should I work on? Should I finish drawing these tentacles or should I do the monster face? I think I should do the monster face. Let's do that. Let's do that and let's keep on sniffling. Pardon me. Really, it's the weather here is it feels, I walked out last night, so it was like, I don't know what temperature it was. It was like 40 degrees 2 days ago, and then last night I went out to go to 7-Eleven and it was like 80 degrees and just humid, and like my dehumidifier has overflowed like 3 times in the past 2 days. It's just so humid right now because it's springtime and the weather is just fluctuating wildly and everybody's sick. It's terrible. It's terrible. The joys of living on a tropical island. But it's still a fun place to be and you should definitely come. I endorse tourism to Taiwan. Hi Michael, yeah, I do stream. I don't very often. I haven't streamed always on Facebook. I've been doing Twitch for a few weeks, but I started streaming like pretty much after the New Year's. So I didn't do it very often, but yeah, I decided I would do more art streams from now on, like mostly, you know, to share my work on my comic as I got my comic done, which is what I'm working on right now. But yeah, I've been mostly doing on Twitch, but I feel like I'm going to switch to YouTube and Facebook. Yep. And Facebook just because, like, that's where most of the people I know are, and YouTube because I already have a channel. I've had a channel for like years and years, and I just like very, very sporadically upload an art tutorial or something, or like a drawing recording. So I feel like since I already have that account, I should just continue to use it. Doing art streams are fun, but it's mostly, I don't know, I guess I'm getting better at it, but like I'm not very good at talking and drawing at the same time. It has to be sort of at a point that I can like kind of just turn my brain half off. Like if I'm drawing a face, like I don't feel like talking. If I'm drawing one of my characters, I don't want to talk. I just want to like plant my face on the screen and like draw the details and like listen to music. Like if I'm drawing, I don't know, environments or stuff or monsters, is a little easier. But I don't know, like usually if I'm doing characters or like a fight scene or something where I have to really concentrate, it's hard for me to talk at the same time. So yeah, I'm still trying to figure out like how to balance that with doing a stream. It would be easier if I had people to come on and sort of chat with, but I don't know anybody really that does art streams. I don't know anybody. If anybody does and wants to come on an art stream with me, that would be really cool. Because it would, I don't know, I would have somebody to talk to, and there's two people streaming, there's like, you know, like you don't want dead air and stuff, and you don't want, I guess, like, just, I don't know, you just talking to yourself for like 2 hours, which is what I do. But, I don't know, I just feel like it would be a little more entertaining to have more people on an art stream, and that'd be cool, just like multiple artists all showing off their work and stuff. So if anybody is interested in that, let me know. But I think most of my friends are really shy. That's okay. I understand. Yeah. I like sharing my work though for doing this comic. Oops. Wrong window. And it's also a way of like, I want to sort of update everybody on the process. It's also a way to motivate myself. Like, so I have, I made my Patreon geared towards getting my comic done. So I want to sort of update everybody that supports me on there with the live streams, not just with like posting extra things behind the scenes on Patreon, but sort of with the live streams and stuff. But also it's a way to keep me motivated. Even though I am very motivated, like it helps me just keep the momentum up, you know what I mean, and get things done quickly. So even though I'm still taking forever because I'm a perfectionist, like doing the art streams and like producing content for Patreon, it helps me like really just stay on task. So yeah, like that's kind of what you have to do with doing something creator owned when you're like I don't even have like another partner in this project right now. I would like to eventually. It would be nice to. I'm thinking of hiring someone to be like my editor, and maybe someone to, I don't know, I still don't know if I want it to be colored. Right now it's a black and white comic. Maybe it will just be a black and white comic, but even someone to just do the shading. So I would do like the writing and the inks, and I'd have someone as an editor to like give me feedback and do my proofreading and stuff, and then somebody to do the shading. And that would be nice, because that would help me get things done a lot faster. I'd eventually like to have a team, but right now I don't. So you have to kind of find ways to keep yourself on task, basically. Because like if you're not working for a company, it's just yourself. You have to manage yourself. You have to learn like where your flaws are. What are the things that you're bad at? What are the things you do that keep you from sort of hitting deadlines and that keep you from getting things done in a timely manner? And like, if you're doing your own comic, it's not even like a commission, because you don't have anyone to answer to. So you just have to find a way to force yourself to be productive. And for me, it's like, okay, I have to post things every week for Patreon, and I promised I would do a stream, so I have to have something to show for that. And like my deadline is I want to debut something at New York Comic Con, so end of the year, like by fall, I want to have something presentable done. So all these things are geared towards making myself work. Get work done. Work harder. Oh, okay. Yeah, see you, Joey. Thanks for joining, though. Oh boy. Hope it's not a too busy night, or too busy of a night. Yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for joining on the stream. See ya. Hi, Reed. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing? What is it? It's like Wednesday night over there? Should be Wednesday night in the States, right? Everybody's in the States. It's Thursday morning because I'm in the future. I'm in the future, everybody. Speaking to you from the future of Asia. Yeah, I think a lot of people don't know that I'm currently based in Taiwan most of the time. But yep, all the way from Asia, in the middle of nowhere, all the way from here. The weirdest place for, I mean, there are just no other comic artists around me, so. Oh my gosh, why did it do that? There basically isn't really a domestic comic industry here, so. Suppose I can't blame people for being weirded out that I'm spend most of my time in Taiwan, and I was in the States for a long time. I was in Atlanta and then Austin, so but I move around so much. I still have some friends ask me, are you still in Atlanta? No, I'm not in Atlanta anymore. I miss Atlanta though. Oh well, why Taiwan? I'm Taiwanese and American. But yeah, I'm from Taiwan, Michael. My entire family is in Taiwan. Like even my dad. My dad's American, but he moved here and got married, and he's basically retired here now. He doesn't want to go back to the States at all. I guess it is kind of weird because like most, I guess, I don't know, if you're like international, if your family's international but also American, like your family moves to the States. Like I have most of my Taiwanese American friends, their parents moved to the States and they grew up there. It's just their parents like speak Mandarin or like Taiwanese. But no, like my dad's from Queens, but he moved here. I was born and raised in Taiwan. So I moved here like kind of to save money, but also just I want to spend more time with my grandma. Like, to be honest, like I wanted to be around and like, see, I live really close to my grandma, so I visit her all the time, and it's just the right thing to do, and I could do it because I was freelancing full time. I mean, the downside is I'm like super far from conventions, and I can only do a few every year because I have to like fly all the way to the States. And I don't know, like all my friends are in the States. Like I know a few people here, but I'm culturally really American, so I don't know, I feel it's weird. Like I am Taiwanese, but I feel like I need to not. Okay, keep on drawing. I need to not stop drawing. But yeah, I feel like a bit of a fish out of water, which is completely strange. But yeah, I mean, there are some downsides, but I don't know. I get to spend more time with my grandma, and I get to see my cousins, and yeah, I am saving up some money, which is really helpful. And I think that would help me when I do want to get my comic published. Like my goal was always, okay, I want to continue freelancing, but I want to save money to get my creator-owned project done. So if I need to like have a amount of money like put down at the beginning for publishing this book, or if I want to incorporate and start a company, I can do that more easily because I can save more money living here. So that's why I moved back to Taiwan. Reed, I've moved back. It's been 2 years? About 2 years. Yeah, I moved back 2 years ago. I was in the States for 10 years, like pretty much 10 years exactly. And yeah, I was in Georgia and then Texas. But I moved there all on my own. I moved there for college and then I just started working. And my American family, they're all Northeasterners. So New York, Philadelphia, just north, like all in the Northeast. So I didn't move there to live with family or anything. It was just I was like, I'm gonna go to art school. Wait, there are no good art schools in Taiwan or anywhere in Asia. I mean, maybe I think there's some in China, but there wasn't, I mean, I didn't want to go to those. Yep. And they don't teach, like, I don't know, back then. Now they teach animation. Now there are actually some art schools here, even in Taiwan, that teach animation. Even though I know their curriculum, and I know some friends that are in art school here, their curriculum is really different, and it's not as detailed. Like they don't like split their curriculum into, say, this is animation for games, this is animation for television, like we had back in SCAD, right? Or this is like, you have like industrial design, and then you have interior design, and then you have graphic design. Those are all different majors at the art school that I went to. Here it's all just like design, right? Because it's very new, there aren't a lot of art schools around, so there's some stuff now, but back when I started going to college, I was like looking for schools and places to, you know, learn art. There wasn't any of that. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to go to the States. So what's my favorite convention? Right now, it is Tokyo Comic Con. Man, that was a good convention. I swear. You guys, if artists out there, if you're listening, if you haven't been to Tokyo Comic Con, you have to go. It is such a good convention. Like, before I went to Tokyo, my favorite con was New York, I guess. I also really like Heroes, even though I haven't been in years. Back when I lived in Atlanta, I would go to Heroes every single year because it was kind of like just a like big group get together for all the artists that were in the South. Like we would all just drive there, and like everybody would just get together at Heroes and party. Heroes was really great, and because it was a artist-centric convention, so they treat the artists right. There's a huge artist alley, and they had like a central art stage. I don't know if they still have that anymore, but they probably still do, because I mean, I think it's still the same people running Heroes as when I was going there. So they're a very artist-focused convention, and there's a huge like art stage in the middle where they have like, you know, some really like big-name artists doing illustrations there all day long, and it was really cool. It was really cool. And New York Comic Con is also really good because there's a huge amount of people, a really, really high attendance. I think New York Comic Con has more people going to San Diego Comic Con now. A great location, you know, obviously it's New York. But they still treat their artists relatively well, and I always have a really, really good time going to New York, and I would like to go again this year. I skipped last year actually because I wanted to do Tokyo. I just wanted to try it out and see, because it was going to end up costing me about the same either way. So, but hopefully this year I'll be able to do both, because I really like both. New York is really good, but man, Tokyo is even better. Yeah, I have never had an experience like that. So let me tell you, first of all, at Tokyo on the show floor, they have, at most American conventions, let me start over. At most American conventions, like if you want electricity, you have to pay extra, or you have to like have them sort of like route your electricity over for you, like route a cord and, you know, a plug and stuff. At Tokyo Comic Con, they had that, they already had just like plugs behind all the tables. Everything was set up just like everything. Of course, everything was on time. Everything was immaculate, super clean. And most conventions in the States, you don't have sort of like a backdrop. You have to bring your own banner, which this is my banner over here, my Princess Mononoke game banner. But you don't have like a big board or something behind you, like an exhibition gallery. But at Tokyo, if you go on like my Instagram, or look back, well, it was a while ago, so you probably can't find it on Twitter, but if you go on my Instagram and scroll down a bit, I have like pictures from Tokyo Comic Con. They have like these big black formal boards behind you and like really, you know, sizable, nice big tables. And the attendees are just super polite and just like, I don't know, like just super nice, super polite. Everybody is super, super clean and just quality stuff, and everybody's super nice, and everybody is just, I don't know, there aren't any like, I don't know how to describe it. I mean, it's Japan, so they have like a real, you know, the way I would put it is it feels like everybody has a real appreciation for the medium of comics. And I guess it was also a lot of attendees were more appreciative of it than of what we do than usual, because I mean, I'm not a big name. Like, I was sitting next to some people that had a lot more experience than me, so but like, I'm just a relatively new artist, but still I think to them it was to most of the attendees there, it was still something new, and it was really interesting because we were foreign artists in Japan. Like, we were like, oh, look at these artists that came from America. So they were really appreciative of what everybody, like what we did, and like they have an appreciation for the craft of comics because, you know, manga and anime is part of their culture. So and the organizer treated all the artists really, really well. I felt always taken care of. So yeah, Tokyo Comic Con is my favorite con right now. You guys, if you can make it over to Japan, go. It's great. Joe Casimov said GC? I haven't been to GDC. I mean, I'm not that big into gaming stuff. Even though I have like done work for gaming, I actually like basically I play like no video games. I don't have time to play video games. Like I played a few computer games, but I didn't even own consoles. I'm not a gaming person. I just get asked to draw concept art a lot. I get asked to do art for games. Where's GDC though? Oh, alright, see you, Patrick. Thanks for joining. Have a good night. Yeah, where's GDC? It has to be somewhere in California, I guess. I did go to San Diego Comic-Con once, and I don't plan to go again. I didn't go as an exhibitor, I just went to walk around on the floor. And all I remember is a convention hall that it felt like it was like a mile long. Like literally, I felt like I walked from one end to the other. And it was just this one long hall, all right? Like, it wasn't even like the Javits in New York. It was like the Javits is like neatly sectioned off into different areas. The convention hall in San Diego is just one long thing, and it took me about 50 minutes to walk from one end to the other. Not because it was that far, but because I was like crawling through people the whole way, and it was gross and it was hard to get around, and it was the middle of the summer and it was wholly uncomfortable. So, and they also don't have a very big artist alley. I mean, if you're not a super famous artist, you wouldn't get into San Diego Comic-Con anyways. I'm not getting in at this point. So, but beyond that, I've heard that, I don't know, I've heard that they're not, I mean, it seems obvious. It's basically a Hollywood con. And it's not a very artist-focused convention, so I mean, I don't really plan to do San Diego. Man, I'm really noodling on these stupid tentacles. I said I was gonna do a demon face, but then I failed. Just got carried away with this. Maybe these outlines are a little too thick. Sorry, I'll go back and fix that. This is what happens when I draw and talk. I can't draw and talk. It's terrible. Most of the time I will do my streams when I'm shading stuff. so that's a lot easier. I think I'll just finish this tentacle over here and then call it a night. I mean, this is decent progress. Let's see how long this has been going on. About an hour, hour and a half. It's not too bad. What time is it over there? It's like 11:30 or so in the States. Yeah, I'm usually a lot faster, but lag, and also I'm really distracted. I'm really bad at talking and drawing at the same time. Now I'll go back in later and add more details on these tentacles. And also the demon is supposed to be like just dripping like ooze and acid all over. It's gonna be super gross. Let me zoom out again so you guys can see. There's like a bunch of effects and lines all over it. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, like those dark blobs all over the demon, like this thing over here. That's, it's just like acid seeping out all over the monster. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. And the demons, they mummify their prey basically. They like suck all the life out of humans or like any living creature that they catch. And like the story isn't necessarily about the demons. It's cause it's kind of horror, but they're not the main, I guess, the main antagonists. Of course, the true antagonist is there's a person that brought the demons into their world, right? So the beginning of the story is the core characters, the four protagonists that the story follows for most of the course of, you know, throughout most of the story, follow 4 people. And they come together at the beginning of the story and they're investigating, like they go on a journey to investigate where these demons are coming from, because there's like a demon infestation. They realize it's spreading out, and it's like it started spreading from a certain point, like an epicenter. So that's why the first arc is called Epicenter. Ta-da! But yeah, so they're investigating what happened and what brought these demons into their world, because they realize demons aren't from sort of, you know, the same normal realm as them, and the real villain is revealed at the end of the first arc. So that's like chapter 10, maybe it'll be 12, I'm not sure, depending on how good I am at managing page count. But the real villain is the person that brought the demons into their world, and that's gonna be revealed later on. So no spoilers, but yep, that's what happens. And I don't think, if you want to, I don't know, I think at the end of the day, monsters are scary and they're gross and stuff, but they kind of wear off after a while. And if you want to tell a story with, I guess, real impact, of course, it's nothing. A monster can be, you know, temporarily an intimidating enemy, but what's way more frightening is an intelligent villain. Like someone intelligent, someone charming, someone with a philosophy. That's what I want to do. I'm so excited! I'm so excited! I can't wait. It's taking me forever, but I am excited to finally get to that point and reveal more of the story. Just gotta be patient. Just gotta keep on working hard. It's 8:30 in NorCal. Oh, that's not that late. I forget what a huge time difference East Coast and West Coast has. As actually, one of my computers is still set to Central Time, back from when I lived in Austin. Yeah, it's, I mean, I live in, Taiwan has one time zone. It's a small island, so it's easy to forget, you know, hey, the US is a giant country. Everything is so much closer here. Like I don't even own a car because I don't need it. I own a scooter now. but everybody uses scooters because everything is super close. Like there's a central mountain range in Taiwan. There's nowhere you can go where you don't see mountains, basically. Like there are no huge vast plains because, you know, it's just, you don't have that much land. You go one way is the ocean, the other way is the mountains. I mean, it's a big island, but it's still an island. Well, if it's 8:30 in NorCal, let me see. 3-hour time difference. Yeah, it's probably getting late on the East Coast. Hope you guys are finally off work now. So, I guess maybe if I'm coloring this, which will, let's see. I want to go and I'm doing a cover commission for someone's Kickstarter, and I'm gonna probably spend the rest of the week on that. But I guess if I'm coloring this cover, I'll probably stream again, hopefully sometime next week. And I'll post and let you guys know. We'll see. Maybe I'll do it on YouTube, but I don't know. Like, I feel like if I stream on YouTube, nobody will see it because most of my followers are on Facebook. And like even on Twitch, a lot of people were telling me, well, I don't have a Twitch account, so I can't like join your stream on Twitch. So I'm like, yeah, maybe that's, I don't know. I'm kind of stuck as to what to do. Like, should I stick to Facebook or should I go to YouTube? Because I have a YouTube channel with a bunch of art videos and stuff. So, not really sure. I'm not sure what to do. Yes, and type in the chat and let me know. I should really work on building my YouTube channel though. Yeah, again, I want to do more art videos and something talking about storytelling and writing soon. I've got a bunch of script writing books that I'm going over again right now. But we'll see when that happens. We'll see when that happens. Oh, let's save. Save. But yeah, I do think this cover is it's a lot more dynamic. That's the thing, that's the word you always want to go for. It's dynamic. Everything in comics is dynamic. Oh, here's some, I guess I can show you guys. Here's another one. She is wearing clothes, by the way. I haven't drawn the clothes on her yet. Here's another one of my characters. I think this will probably be the cover for, I don't know, issue 3. I think 3 is where it's her backstory. I don't know. I kind of like this one. Yeah, I was joking to a friend the other day. I'm not one of the smart creators, because if I was a smart creator, I would make my main character like a cute little girl. But no, it's this big angry guy over here. Let's face it, it's a lot easier to sell a cover if it's a cute anime girl. Cute anime elf girl like this. But it's okay. She hasn't been introduced yet, but I'm going to introduce her in chapter 1 really soon. So, and ooh, I'm so excited. She's an awesome character. But she'll be part of the story really soon, and I can't wait to bring her into the story. And it'll be great to have like some more characters to work with. And I want to get some more promo material and, you know, just more art of the characters and stuff done, and more of the designs, because like I'm working on the pages as, you know, just getting the pages done, but I'm also just doing designs for things and like planning ahead and making sure that the designs I have of everything are, you know, consistent and they work. And like I have characters that show up in like the second arc, like way down the line. So the first arc is like 10 chapters, second arc is like way longer, and the third arc is like way longer than the second arc. So I mean, the first arc is still just a lead into the story. So like I said, they go on kind of a monster hunt, and there's a reveal about who the real villain is at the end of the first arc, and then it leads into, you know, a complete different kind of conflict. So anyways, I'm getting carried away again, but yeah, I'm doing designs for stuff that happens way far down the line. So, and all that is work that I can't show, and I want to, but I can't. Life is hard. Woe is me! I'm kidding. I have nothing to complain about. I'm really lucky to be able to do this. I am. I should be grateful. I should be grateful. Why am I not grateful? I am grateful. 11:25 on the 11:25? Oh, okay. That was 5 minutes ago. This is really good milk tea. I have 2 breakfast shops near me. One makes really good milk tea and one makes really bad milk tea. But the one with bad milk tea has really good burgers. You totally needed to know that. If anybody comes to Taiwan and visits my city, you needed to know where the good breakfast shops are. Come to me because I'll know. I know the important things. By the way, I went to a Burger King the other day. It was like, it looked like this designer restaurant. The Burger Kings and McDonald's here are, I mean, there are some McDonald's in Taipei that are just, they look like crap, you know. They look like any crappy rundown fast food joint in the US. But generally speaking, the fast food stores, like the American fast food stores here are way nicer. Not like super nice, but they're way nicer, and they constantly renovate, and they have, you know, all the seats are super nice and they're all designery and stuff. Man, and the food is better too. I think maybe it's because they had to compete with, like, there's a Japanese fast food chain called Moss Burger, and their stuff is like quality stuff. So maybe they had to compete with that so they can't slack off. By the way, they have like seafood burgers with rice patties. Like the buns are made from packed rice. It's weird. It's Asia. I don't know. It's inventive. It's actually really good. Actually really good. I think Moss Burger has that. I should go there sometime. Haven't been in a while. Moss like MOS, not like the green algae stuff. Moss Burger. I don't know why it's called that. I think I'll finish this singular tentacle. Man, my lineways for these tentacles are just all over the place. I'll go back and fix them. I'm so bad at streaming and drawing, you guys. Good at complaining into a camera though. Scream and complain in a camera but I can't draw at the same time. It's difficult. Let's see, let me fix that. It's way off. Oh, come on, stuck again. Okay. Oh yeah, my Photoshop is being dumb and laggy. Very good, just fix that arc over there. Oh my word. I hate this. Yeah, my computer's starting to get way too slow. So I'm gonna turn like the resolution down next time, I guess. Cause I thought if I turned the FPS down, I have like the FPS down as low as possible. This is like 10 frames a second. So I'm like, I'm not really doing anything in motion. I can turn the frame rate down. But so I turned the resolution way up, but apparently my computer can't handle that because I don't know. Maybe if I didn't have like 50 tabs open in Chrome, this wouldn't be a problem. But guess who didn't think about that? before they started streaming. So next time I'll turn the resolution down and also not have 50 tabs open in Chrome. Yeah. I don't know. How do computers work? I have no idea. How does technology work? Why don't I have a newer computer? I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea what I'm doing. No idea how. None at all. None. Alright. That's a decent amount of work done while yapping the whole time. Oh, Chris says you want to do some. Oh, you want to do some how to Maquette badly? Do you mean you want to do some Maquette tutorials badly, or you want to do some tutorials on how to do maquettes badly? Aren't maquettes like your thing? Isn't sculpting your thing? Why would you wouldn't do them badly. I remember you did really good sculptures. Oh, you brought a camera. Yeah, I have just a handheld camera as well. I have a bunch of just random like tech equipment because, you know, I guess like I don't know if I guess most people are kind of, I mean, we all do that. I just like buy tech stuff that you never use, but I have like a handheld camera. I have a bunch of different like stands for my phone. I don't know. I have a lot of art supplies that I never use. But that's totally normal for artists. So I don't know. I'm like, I bought that handheld camera because like, oh, I'm gonna record myself doing like drawings and stuff and just set it up over, and it never happened. And now I can just use my phone. So I should just sell it. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. But yeah, anyways, you should do maquette videos. You should. That would be really cool. I want to, I think I'll stream when I start doing my maquette. I'll stream when I start doing my demon sculpture. Which hopefully I'll be able to start, you know, end of next week? I don't know. At least I should get like the armature done. But I'm still not sure if I want to use Sculpey or I have this stuff called, ooh, let me not fall off my chair. That would be a bad idea. This stuff, Epoxy Sculpt. I use this for one commission that I don't have anymore because obviously I mailed it to them. But this stuff is really cool. This is what I think. It's a two-part thing. There's another box just like it. And I think this is what those like sculptors in Japan who do the anime figurines use for the stuff that they don't just like 3D print out of a computer and from like a 3D model. I've seen them do actual sculpture, and then they don't use Sculpey, they use this stuff. So it's a two-part solution, and you mix the clay. It's like two kinds of clay, you mix it together just like industrial epoxy, but it becomes a very slow setting sculpting epoxy that it's a lot like industrial epoxy. It settles much slower, and you sculpt it, and then you kind of use just like you use, you know, Dremels and like small tools to do the details on it and everything. And if I use that, I won't have to have an oven. I won't have to bake it. But I don't know if I have enough. But yeah, we'll see. Anyways, we'll see. We'll see what I end up doing. I'm not sure yet either. We'll figure this situation out. We'll figure this out. Oh, have you played with the epoxy stuff? It's really great. I really like working with it. The only thing is, I bought that stuff in the States, and I'm not sure where to get more in Taiwan. I don't even know what it's called in Mandarin. I don't know where to find it. Maybe I can find it at some hobby shop or something. Maybe at some like Japanese, you know, anime figurine hobby shop. There are a few in Taipei. I'll have to like hunt it down. They're just like, I mean, there's all kinds. You can find that stuff here. I just don't know where to look. I'm sure it's somewhere. My art supplies and whatnot. But man, I miss sculpting. Can't wait to get back into it. Can't wait. Can't wait. Let's see. One more tentacle. I'm not gonna finish all of these. Oh my gosh. How do you guys like that demon design, by the way? It's charming, isn't it? Charming. So my whole concept is the demons have multiple faces, like I mentioned, but they don't always have the same number of like faces, and they're always in like weird parts of their body. And the key is you don't kill them by like just stabbing them like in the chest or cutting off their heads. Like the only way you can kill a demon is by like destroying all of the faces, but the characters take forever to figure this out. So they spend like the first half of the story just getting their asses kicked because they don't know how to kill these monsters. But that's how you make a story fun. You have to let your characters get their asses kicked. So I'm really looking forward to torturing my characters. That's the spirit of writing, right? That's what you're in it for, torturing your characters. I love it. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, you're talking about... Chris, you're talking about Firm and Pink Sculpey? I can't find Firm Sculpey in Taiwan. There is regular Sculpey, just like the pink skin tone stuff. And I have a bunch of other stuff. I have the skin tone stuff and some of this as well. Let's see. Oven baked clay. I don't know, I think this is just the same as like the skin tone, the beige stuff. But a little lighter? I'm not sure. I have this. It should be the same, but I think the firmness is the exact same. I can't find the firm stuff is the gray stuff and I can't find it. So I guess I'll just have to settle for the normal hardness Sculpey, which I can work with. It's just freaking, there are no big ovens. Why are there no, am I gonna have to, like, I have some friends that are chefs. Maybe I can go to their restaurants. I'm so desperate. I need an oven. Someone tell me. Where? Life's hard. So difficult. Yeah, I don't know, maybe I'll just go to like some restaurants I know around here. Hey, can I borrow your ovens? I guess I could buy one. You have to buy those like big industrial ones though. I don't know. I do think I'm just going to find a place to buy more of the epoxy. It's spelled right. It's not like epoxy, like E-P, wow, spelling E-P-O-X-Y. Drank way too much sugar. It's like A-P-O-X-I-E, but I don't know. I don't know why they have to spell it a weird way. But anyways, that epoxy stuff is, I prefer working with that, depending on what I'm making, but I really like the material. Yeah, Chris, you should try that material out sometime. It's really good. I can make it in pieces. I can make the sculpture in pieces, so, I mean, I can get the regular toaster ovens they come in. Maybe I can get like, I don't know, they're still small. I think at like 10 inches, and they're not very tall. Or I can make it low and like making the tail or any sort of extremities. Like, look at these tentacles. So this is literally the monster design. And so I can, all the plates and stuff on the body I would make with epoxy anyways. So because I usually make like fangs and armor plates and like any hard parts with using the Epoxy Sculpt, and I use Sculpey for the base, like the flesh part, and then I just sort of, you know, glue on the epoxy stuff. And for like tentacles and stuff, I did an omu, like the bugs from Nausicaa, and it had like tentacles. I did that with wire, but the legs, like these insect legs on one of the sculptures I did them in epoxy and just attached it to the Sculpey body. But anyways, I'm thinking I'm gonna do the tentacles on this thing on the screen here with epoxy, and just probably I can do it in pieces and do a tail separately and bake them separately, so I don't need a huge oven. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. See? Problem solving. Oh, a handmade pottery? I guess I can do that. Handmade pottery kilns probably. I mean, I'm sure they can adjust the heat. I don't need a kiln with a lot of heat for the Sculpey stuff, but I mean, if I heat Sculpey at the temperatures that handmade pottery is heated at, it'll just turn into cinders. But I'm sure you can just, you know, adjust it. I do know people that do pottery as well. Maybe that's an option. Not nearby. I have a friend that's in like another city, but I'm sure I can ask around and just find somewhere, a place that does pottery. Turn a toaster oven on its side? I guess I could just do that. The thing doesn't break. I've never tried that before. Who would have thought that just like not having big ovens would be such a, like, people just, I honestly don't, I guess in the States, you know, everybody makes like big slabs of meat, like it's just part of the culture. You make like big turkeys for Thanksgiving, and like a lot of recipes that Americans make are just like, you take an animal, you like stuff things in it and you shove it in the oven, so you need a big oven. They don't really do that here. They like people don't eat a lot of meat to begin with, but most of it is like chickens, and like I said, everything is done with a rice cooker. I swear to God, people can perform magic with rice cookers. So no ovens. First world problems. Yeah, a toaster over on the side would be a house fire. No, I'm not gonna do that. Let's not. I have really bad luck with appliances too. I don't know what it is. Like, I'm not even technologically inept. But everything in my house has been breaking. And I'm kind of proud of myself. I managed to fix some things, but also something like I had two dehumidifiers in my house. Both broke like within 3 days of each other, and one leaked water all over my living room. It's great. It's fantastic. And then my last rice cooker also broke. It's like it blew a fuse, or I don't know. It's terrible. I have bad luck with appliances, so let's probably not try turning a toaster oven in on any angle that is not supposed to be worked on. Operated on, because I will burn my house down. I promise you, I will burn my house down if I do that. I don't want to burn my house down. It's a bad idea. I like my cute little apartment. It's a nice place. What Joey says, rice cooker fried rice? How do you cook rice cooker fried rice? You need an actual wok for fried rice. What are you talking about? I don't want even a small house fire. I want no house fires. Thank you very much. Thank you, Chris. I want no house fires, please. Oh yeah, Antonio, I know, I should ask for a kiln. I know some places that do pottery, and I'm sure I can find a kiln. That's actually a great idea. I just didn't really think of asking anybody. I know more people that own restaurants, because I used to work at a few restaurants near here, so, and they probably have, yeah, one of them, it's an Italian restaurant, so they do like lasagna stuff, so they definitely have a big enough oven. They probably have that. Now, the only ovens that are big enough here is big industrial ovens. So they have them, but they're huge. They're like this. They cost a lot. I can buy one, but I'm kind of like thinking, okay, am I gonna drop that cash for, I mean, I do want to do more sculptures, but really, I'm just using it to bake Sculpies every couple of, like, not even every couple of months, like maybe like every 3 months or so I'll make a monster sculpture, and I'm gonna drop like a wad of cash on a big industrial oven. I mean, I can if but I'm not, you know, I'm not rich, in case you didn't know. I could buy one and save up a bit. No, I don't think. I don't know. No, Chris! I don't want to do performance art by burning my house down. Damn you. I'm not that into it. I'm not that into it. I'm not the performance art type. You know, I'm not the modern art type. I don't really get modern art. I mean, if you're into that stuff, if you think burning your house down is performance art, more power to you. I will refrain. No, I don't want to burn my house down. Okay. That's established. We don't need to... I won't have to... I don't need to emphasize that again. College students... Joey, you say college students eat rice cooker fried rice? Oh yeah, that's another thing. So like college students here, they live in dorms with like no kitchen, so like half of them just live off of instant ramen. But like you know, I think even like, so college dorms and like those, you know, studio apartments for like single people, a lot of them don't come with kitchens, so you have to buy your like own little heated stove, like a little mini baby thing, like those camping things. Or you can just, a lot of people just get a rice cooker and they cook everything in a rice cooker. Fun fact, I've also seen somebody make, no, this is actually in America. I saw somebody make instant ramen with a coffee machine. It's so gross. Oh my god, college students are disgusting. Hey, do what you gotta do to survive, man. Yeah, we've been over this. I'm not gonna burn my house down, alright? I'll just find an oven that's big enough. I'll find a kiln. I'll find a pottery kiln somewhere. Maybe they have it at the university near me. I mean, it's a very techie, sciencey university, but I think there is an art department. If not literally, I know an Italian restaurant nearby. I'm just gonna be a weirdo and be like, hey, I have a sculpture. Can I borrow your oven? I really just, let me use your oven after hours to bake my freaking sculpture. It's cool. I'm friends with the owner. It'll be fine. Just weird. Oh yeah, I will clean the oven before the food goes back in, of course. Which Sculpey is pretty safe, but I would still clean it. That's obviously, you know. Obviously, I will not jeopardize anybody's health. But Sculpey is pretty safe. You're supposed to bake Sculpey in household ovens, and that's what I did in the States. That's what the instructions say, because this stuff is kids can use this stuff. Like older kids can use Sculpey, so it's not like there aren't any like super deadly chemicals or anything. But yeah, still, you know, make sure I clean everything. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that and barge into my restaurant owner friend's place. He's probably watching now and just thinking, what are you planning to do? Problem solving. Look at us problem solving here. This is creativity in action. The non-problems that I have with my life. Yeah. It's Sculpey only needs to be baked at really low temperatures, like relatively low temperatures. One thing I would do for some of my sculptures back in college was, so for a few of them, I would have to, so I would like make the base out of Sculpey as well. So you make the base out of wood and you attach armature to the base. But I would like sculpt sort of like rocks or like a ground texture on the base, but I want that to be hardened before I sculpt the rest of it, because then my hands could rest on it and I didn't want to. Anyway, sometimes I would want to harden part of the sculpture before I worked on the rest of it, and I would just take a hair dryer to it and that would do the trick. So like if it's very thick, if the figure, like those Sculpey layers are really thick, it won't work. And like if you use a hair dryer, it's not thorough. It only gets most of like the surface. If you want it to be completely hardened and, you know, completely baked, like really well done, you would want to use the oven. But yeah, literally you can use a hair dryer and just hold it there for a few minutes and you can harden Sculpey. So this stuff is, you don't need anything like a pottery kiln. It's really not. This is meant to be used in like with the household oven. What are you telling me to do? Speak English only and lie my way into the art department? Why? All the foreigners here speak Chinese now. It didn't used to be this way when I was a kid here. First of all the foreigners here are from India, or a lot of like Southeast Asians, so from Thailand and Malaysia and Vietnam. But half of the students not half, but a lot of the students at the universities here are from India, from Europe, and they're all here to learn Mandarin. So, and they all speak Mandarin. I can't even lie my way. Maybe like, you look like kind of Asian, and you like, it's weird that you don't speak any Mandarin. What are you doing here? I don't think I can get away with that. I have gotten out of trouble when I was really young by pretending I only spoke English. I was a terrible child. I don't think I can get away with that anymore. Yeah, that's what I was saying, a heat gun. Or like, I mean, I was saying a blowtorch, that was a joke. But I could just get a heat gun. I have to like watch, you know, keep an eye on the coloring of the Sculpey, but that's totally possible. I can just get a heat gun or something. I don't know, I'm sure I can figure it out. I guess I'll use Sculpey or a combination. I'll figure something out. Joey, you said you sneak into the, oh, you, what? You manage to trick people into thinking you don't speak Mandarin in Taiwan? How do you get away with that? I guess you can. I guess you can. I mean, I was half joking. I mean, of course, you have like foreigners who don't speak Mandarin here, but I don't know. I feel like I would give myself away. I'm not a very good liar. Yeah, I'd have to find a good heat gun brand that's not gonna blow up in my face, but I can always use that. I can just sit there with the hair dryer and probably burn up my hair dryer, but my sculpture will be done. Small price to pay, right? I'm just gonna keep on working on these tentacles. Maybe I will finish the tentacles and then I'll call it a night. Look at all this work we've got done! So many tentacles! Yay! Yay! So many! Ho 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 ho! This is gonna be hell to draw over and over again. I hate myself. I hate myself. My god. My original design for this monster was, the tentacles weren't just like on its, coming out of its face. It was the entire belly was covered in, like, it looked like a, it looked like a dish scrub. But kind of gross, and it was, I drew it in a shape. The whole idea was, the original design was, it was inspired by, you know, No Face and Princess Mononoke, so it was like, kind of, the body was like really fat, but then I was like, oh, it has tentacles like just coming out of its bottom, but then, someone said it didn't really look that threatening. So I might reuse the design for like a different product store, but I want this monster. It was like, okay, I want it to move fast because, so like different monsters, like I designed them, they don't always have the same body shape. Some of them move fast, some of them crawl, some of them are, you know, really slow movers. But I wanted this one to be fast because of how the story, like the whole, you know, the whole scene is laid out, like, you know, they're on a caravan and all this stuff. So I was like, okay, the design that I had before doesn't really fit it. But yeah, I have like some other monster designs where it's like, it's just covered in tentacles and stuff. So I guess it could have been much worse. Could have been much worse. I think this design is better though. It's a little more intimidating. Now I have this. I don't know if you can see it. You see, it has like these really big front legs, but you can't see his back legs. But it has like these baby back legs, so it's like a reverse T-Rex. So like huge front legs that it jumps and pounces with them, and the back legs are just kind of like dangling there. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I love monster design. I didn't used to like doing monsters so much, but I think I have a newfound passion for designing demons and monsters. So much fun. I think I like it because I get to do a lot of detail. Of course I would like that. It's not noodle. Almost done! Almost. I can do this. Okay. I can do this. I can do this. Almost there. Oh my gosh, it's midnight. Oh, I didn't finish before midnight. I'm disappointed in myself. It's okay. I can still make good time. I was talking too much. It would be nice if when I make, like, you know, after I finish the sculptures for these demons, I can like bring them to conventions and stuff. But I don't know if they would survive the trip. Probably not. It would be cool though. I've been wanting to have sort of maquettes and, you know, sculptures of the comics that I work on. You know, original characters and stuff. It would be really cool to have that at your convention table. But it's kind of hard to do unless it's a local show. And I don't have any. I basically have to fly for all of them. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe if I make it sturdy enough. I don't know. Probably don't want to risk it. Knitting stiffly again. Oh, good night. Thanks for joining, Antonio. Yeah, it's getting late, but we're making good time. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just obsessively noodling at this point. I gotta adjust these line weights. These line weights are terrible, but it's alright. I'll go back and fix that. Oops. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I keep on clicking on. Alright. Oh no, that's wrong. Alright, you know what? Yeah. Okay, we're done with the tentacles. Yay! Alright. I think I will call it a night. That was a much longer stream than I anticipated. But it was a good stream. It was a good stream. There's a lot to talk about today, and I've been wanting to get some stuff off my chest for a while. So it was nice to be able to share this with everybody, and talk about, you know, just talk about stuff, talk about monster designs and doing maquettes, and that was fun. And I'm really looking forward to finishing this, and, you know, like sharing the sculpture stuff with everyone from when that gets started. And I'll try to stream that too when I get going on that maquette stuff. So anyways, yeah, I'm getting really sniffly. Thank you guys for joining me. Hopefully I'll try to stream again next week as well when I'm coloring this, and I'll post about that whenever that happens. And you know, follow me on everywhere at Rainy Draws if you're new, if you're not a Facebook friend that's watching this. Rainy Draws on YouTube, Tumblr, well I don't use Tumblr anymore, Twitter, Instagram, and my website is rainydraws.com. So yep, you know, give me a follow there, and I'll post on Twitter whenever I'm streaming. And thank you for joining.